What's up, guys? Good here today with a Karthus game. Um, by the title of this video, not gonna, I'm gonna, it'll be a good game in terms of how I do, but it's not gonna be a good game in terms of the game itself. Um, so, this, I'm just gonna say it right now, this game, I'm gonna get fed, but we're still gonna lose. We're actually gonna surrender. But and honestly, the game we still would have lost no matter what happened. So if you go and look through my match history lately, you'll notice I've been playing a lot of Karthus. Now I was gonna make a video on Karthus, um, but all of the replays that I had were really were of games that I first started playing um back 3 days ago when I was starting to play Karthus. And yeah, they weren't as good as what like because I was rusty with him, so I had to get back into the groove with him. So they weren't that good. And I didn't want a low quality game with Karthus for me to talk about him. Plus this game, there's a lot of games like this, but this game was short, so it helps me highlight the issues with him, um, the issues that I have with him. But I do love Karthus. He's one of my favorite mages. I actually went and bought Grim Reaper Karthus and his chroma for it because I like for just for in terms of like skins I like to buy skins that try to keep with the theme of the champion, which of course Grim Reaper Karthus works for. I almost get Annie there at the start. As you can see, she's doing a really bad job of dodging my Qs. To dodge Karthus Qs, you gotta zigzag when you're walking. Um, but a lot of times people will just run in a straight line away from you, and you gotta use that to advantage as Karthus. And I do a pretty damn good job on Karthus. And he's so much fun to play. He actually is really good, especially if you get if you get ahead in the lane early on. You will control that lane from there on out. You have to be careful about getting ganked though, as you have no escape. So you will get ganked quite frequently. I'm gonna Lord Raptors just to make sure that Lee doesn't take them. And if like not necessarily to make sure he doesn't take them, but if he does take them, that I know where he is. Um, so Lee goes and gets a Moo, and there was I saw Lee pop up on the mini map, but there was literally nothing I could do. And now since I know Lee's around, I'm playing that. Um, so the main issue that I have with Karthus is he can't carry a game no matter how fed he gets. If you go and look through my matches, a lot of them have been really good games. There's a few of them that have been bad because matchups I haven't quite played, or matchup, or just a game that I just wasn't doing good in general. But most games are actually not bad. The losses, if you go and look at it, here I'm trying to help get this Lee Sin, but it's just not going to happen. But my losses, you'll notice that a lot of them are like really good. I have a lot of games that that'll go I'll go like 18-5 on, but I'll lose the game, and that's because Karthus can't solo carry. Granted, not a lot of champions can, but I mean, if you're that fed, you should be having some impact on in team fights. And in all honesty, you just can't, especially with how the meta kind of is right now. There's a few champions around that kind of are anti-Karthus, such as Echo, Sivir, and Kindred. Sivir don't see that much, but like when like the number one team that's and Fizz too, the number one team that's like the worst team for me to play as Karthus would be up against Echo top, Fizz mid, Kindred jungle, Zillion support, Sivir, ADC, because they all have ways to counter me. So right here, I'm trying to kill Annie. As you can see, I have very little mana, but to Karthus, that very little mana just means all I can do is Q because your mana actually sustains your mana regen's actually really good on Karthus. Good enough where you can Q, plus add in the extra mana that you're gonna get from Dorons. Um, and you'll have enough mana where as long as you're killing something with your Q every time, you'll be set to go. So in this game, I am gonna go for the normal build that Karthus goes for. Right here, Lee Sin tries to gank me, and he doesn't really get anything. But I'm gonna go over the build right now. Karthus's build, which I won't finish it, but I'm not gonna end up being able to finish it because we're gonna surrender at 20. But Karthus's main build is comprised of Rod of Ages, then Sork Boots, then Zonia's, then Rabadon's, then Void Staff, and then Ryla. Mostly in that order. I ult the Lee Sin, get the kill, and ooh boy, that's one of my favorite things about Karthus is his ultimate is so nice. He's such a unique champion. He's so much fun to play, and he's actually not bad. His win rate now is actually pretty good. So I walk up and kill Annie, and Tibber still kills me at the end of that. But you know, now she doesn't have ult, so now I can just bully her even more now. But she did kill me, and I did burn Flash, which is unfortunate. So one of my issues with Karthus though is that he takes another issue with Karthus, I should say, since I've already mentioned. Can't carry. Another issue with Karthus that I have is that he takes a long time to ramp up his power. One of the issues why he can't carry when he's fed is because even when he's fed, he's still not that powerful. As you can see, I literally just walk into lane because literally I'm the only person with kills right now, so I am trying to do my best to make something happen. Because my ult is only up every like 2.5 minutes at this point, so I am doing my best to try and make something happen at all times when I'm in the lane, because I know I have an advantage over people. I think I go back and get my. No, I don't have enough for Raj yet. Okay. This was unfortunate, but I had it back because Annie was going to be back and she was going to be at full mana with her ultimate. But like I was saying, so Karthus takes a long time to ramp up his items, to ramp up his power because he needs items to be efficient. And even then, his items aren't necessarily like they're good. But one of the issues with them is that with the items that he gets, he runs out of mana super fast still. If he was to get, it used to be like you could go tier sometimes. You can go tier than Rod of Ages, and you still do that. You can still go that, but the issue with going that is that you sacrifice. Normally, you're going to end up sacrificing Grylas in that scenario. That or you're sacrificing Gravadons, but I mean, why? There's just no point of getting the Archangel staff if you're just if you're not gonna get it. I'm gonna back here, pick up my rod. I'm gonna all clean up kills down bot. He's so nice for solo queue. Competitive Karthus isn't all that great. Although I would love to see him played though in competitive. He's been played in the past, and it's been done pretty well. But as you can see, I'm 4-1 right now, but I'm gonna have very little impact on the game. That's just because I just can't do anything. My jungler is tilted, so he's gonna screw up that whole play there, but he still ends up making it work. I'm 5-1 now. Another nice thing about Karthus is he's just you will get a lot of kills, and you will tilt the enemy to a degree, because it's like, oh, how is the Karthus beating you? As you can see, I literally walked back into lane and pick up another kill on Annie. But it's not gonna, I'm not doing anything for my team. Karthus has a hard time roaming. He has a hard time contributing to the team. All his presence, his global presence lies within his ultimate, which is only up every 3 minutes rank 1 if you don't include cooldown reduction. which you're not gonna get cooldown reduction on Karthus, because all of his abilities. One of his ability is a dot. That's a toggle ability. One of his abilities is a slow, so you're only gonna use that once. And then the other one is on a 1 second cooldown to start with. So yeah, and I think it's got like I don't know what the cast time is for it, but it's just slightly less than what the cool. So there's literally like no point. Plus, when you're if you queue something, you're like you're slowing down. It's like auto attacking pretty much. I'm gonna try too hard to get this R, and I'm gonna completely fail because I'm trying to do my best to get something out of to get something going so that way my team can get back in it. Unfortunately, what I end up doing is I just end up dying, and I'm completely wasting my time at this. I just let the team take the tower. It was a risky play, and I knew it. I was trying to hope that I could get like a double kill off of my death. It just didn't happen. Um, because I'm trying to because the game is going. We're going to lose the game if I don't make miraculous play happen. As you can see, you have 8 kills, and I have most of them. So I'm just gonna ult here, clean up, pick off the Annie for myself. Um, then we're gonna help get these in. But it's not. As you can see, I really don't have much impact on this game aside from the fact that I can pretty much crush squishies with my Qs. I really can't do much else from that because I also have to solo hit them too. Um, but you know, I'm playing Karthus and I'm having fun. In what games I've won on Karthus, I've had a fun time. My team just gets demoralized here though, and it's just playing. And it wouldn't have made a difference, like I said, because I really feel because Karthus just very unimpactful. He had first because a fed Karthus has to position himself in a very bad way. Um, when you're fed as Karthus, you want to like the issue is when you're like a fed ADC or a generic mid, not Karthus. What you're probably going to want to do is not be in the middle of a fight, because you're going to want to live longer to deal more damage. The issue with Karthus is that a lot of times he wants to be in the middle of the fight so that way he can jump in and turn on his E in Zonias when necessary. Can't really do that, which is an issue, of course. When he's fed because he can't just go in and die. He dies and the fight kind of falls apart. So it's hard. It's really hard to one man carry with this. And it's not really possible. I've been having a blast with this guy. Like I said, he's one of my favorite champions in the league. He's probably in the top 5. I think Bard's #1. And then no, I take that back. Gangplank is #1 for sure. Then Bard. Then it'd probably be like Urgot. Then probably Karthus and Urgot. So much fun. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did. And next one. Thanks.